Hello there, it's me, that Southern Gamer, and I'm playing Disgaea for A Promise Unforgotten. But this is a little different in that I am running this on RPCS3, PS3 emulator. It's gotten some success. Apparently it now has a roughly 25% compatibility, as in playable. You can play through the entire game. Obviously network functionality is a bit not so much, because there's no PlayStation Network. This is one of my games that would work with it, fully compatible, minus the networking features, of course. And of course there's no DLC. So I got it to work, and let's see if it actually works properly. I'm playing it at 1080p resolution, full screen, with I think 8 times anti-aliasing I think on, so it should look better than it does on the PS3. So let's just, I don't know, look through there. I'm gonna have it on English voice language. So let's get in with the game itself. Let's see.
Since the dawn of time, humans have always feared the darkness. Vampires, werewolves, zombies, ghosts. Although it differs slightly from culture to culture, people's fear of the darkness has grounded them into living conservatively. In the current world, thanks to wars, terrorism, weapons of mass destruction, accidents caused by human error, and daily incidents of murder, humans have grown to fear the actions of their own kind, even more than the darkness itself. This is the story of a group of heroes who have stood up to fight back against such a corrupted society.
The fresh, dripping blood, fangs sinking into its skin. Oh, what a splendid taste. The extract of life overflows and fills my body. I can feel its power. Oh, the waves of ecstasy. How magical are these insignificant creatures known as sardines?
His name is Valvatorez, an elite vampire who was once feared for being a tyrant. In spite of his legend, he now spends his life in Hades, the netherworld's prison, admiring sardines. His werewolf steward, Fenrich, who routinely showers his master with praise and compliments.
As expected of you, Lord Valvatorez. No matter the hardships or circumstances, you are ever the optimist, my lord.
Listen to this, Fenrich. Sardines are the most ideal food because they are full of nutrients, like omega-3 fatty acids.
In other words, they cleanse your blood, prevent various diseases, and help you to burn more fat.
I've been here for quite some time, but I never knew these cheap sardines possess so much potential. One should never underestimate the studies that are conducted in the human realm. There is no doubt that my body is benefiting from these sardines' nutrition. This is evolution. My body is truly evolving since the time I was credited as being a tyrant.
The fact that you don't even acknowledge it as a degeneration is one of my Lord Valvatorez's many formidable powers. Care for another to enhance your evolution, my lord?
This one looks rather juicy and delicious. Wait a second.
Yes, is there a problem?
Rick, once again you have attempted to sneak this into my meal. The blood of humans!
As expected, my lord, you saw right through my deception.
Of course! Never doubt a vampire's sense of smell.
I only meant it as a gift to my master, who has lost his power due to a foolish promise that he made in the past. Since you can't abide breaking promises, I figured it would be prudent for you to imbibe it unintentionally. Do you disapprove?
How many times do I have to tell you? A proud demon like myself would never break a promise. Demons' promises are supposed to be sacred. They're
I admire that you have retained your values as a demon, even after you lost your powers and fell to Hades.
Lord Valvatorez, all of the Prinnies have been gathered. Please come to the Prinny Factory.
You, Prinny! Repeat what you just said!
Hey! I only asked you to come to the factory!
Fool! You forgot to include dude in all of your lines! Prinny rule number 1. You shall always include the word dude in every line you say.
You're absolutely right, dude! I'm sorry, dude!
Too late! To start over from level 1.
Level 1 Prinny task. Scrubbing the toilet.
Can't even master the basics. The quality of the human souls is decreasing by the day.
That is why. That is why I have to do this. I vowed to become a Prinny instructor the very day I fell to Hades because I knew that was my true calling.
What an impressive ability to overwrite his memory of losing his power and being forced to take the least wanted job in the netherworld. This is another one of his formidable powers. He can convert any suffering that he's been through into something positive. Oh, way too good to be a lowly Prinny instructor, my lord. Someday, I, Fenrich, will...
Let's go, Fenrich! It's time to fulfill our duty! Episode 1. Rebels of Hades.
some issues with frame rate. Let me just check. Yeah, it's running at about 30 frames per second. I think it should be 60 though. It's a little bit off-putting. It's a little bit off-putting how crappy the frame rate is. It could be just a setting I have. It's too high. It seemed like there was an interface that pops up, but I didn't see it because it was full screen, which is a little bit off-putting. Hopefully it didn't interfere with the recording much. I think there's 3 of those chests with random items in them. It had to make a difference, because let's see. if actually going into the battle will increase frame rates. I don't see how. If it doesn't, I'll probably just stop the save and start in. It's probably the recording, but I don't know. I mean, I've only got it set up to 1080p with 8x AA in full screen. It really shouldn't be performing this poorly.
After death, the souls of human sinners are sent to Hades. When they arrive in Hades, the Netherworld's prison, they are processed to become Prinnies at the Prinny Factory. The Prinnies go through extensive training in Hades before being sent off to the Netherworld or Celestia. They are to work diligently in a strict and harsh environment until they can pay for their sins.
There you all are. You've gathered here just as I ordered.
Yes, sir! Just as you ordered, dude!
Excellent. Now listen up, Prinnies. Today is your very last day in Hades. You have all died and were sent to Hades. Why is that?
Because we committed crimes, dude!
That's right. You're lowly criminals. And who educated you peons who didn't even know how to speak like a Prinny?
Lord Valvatorez, dude!
Correct! I've raised you all to become great Prinnies, so that you can be shipped out to the Netherworld at any time. Today is the day you've been waiting for. Today, you will go forth and work hard to pay for your sins.
I'll show you.
While it's not quite as bad as in the base, but it's still not exactly great, you know?
Time to bust some balls.
Forgive me. Here I come. Forgive me.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I really hope it's just a recording. It seems to be inconsistent. I think it might be related, in this case, it might be related to the calculations done to determine the damage. Because it seems to pick up after a second.
Brace yourself. Here I come.
I'm gonna do it.
I guess I'll just have to wait till the next turn. Doesn't seem to have any special skills. He's a red mage, he's supposed to have fire. He's a fist fighter, so he has that's useful for her. At which point bringing the others out for bonus speed. But the odd thing is, I mean, in terms of the plot, it doesn't really make much sense that he starts at level 1. Valvatorez and Fenrich start at level 1. In particular, Valvatorez is supposed to be really weakened by his lack of consumption of human blood. So he was reduced all the way down to level 1, weakling. Yet, he levels up just fine in the course of the story. And he gets quite strong, well, assuming you put any work into him. So it doesn't really make much sense. But of course, it wouldn't be really fun to have a main character that's always a level 1 weakling in the story. No, it's not a lot of money actually. You can only buy like the crappiest weapons and armor with it. guess they were already healed. Well, that's good. I now have about 1,000 hell. That's what the money's called. The HL symbol denotes hell as money. Well, I'll stop recording after I save. And, well, I'll just stop recording and I'll mention in the description if it stopped being so slow after I stopped recording.